Graph shows the target is relatively small and indistinct. After a number of circuits, it is sighted, partially covered with sand and obscured by the sun's reflection on the choppy sea, but there nonetheless. Zink and Watson fly on to the second target. The EOSat photograph had clearly shown what appeared to be a huge L-shaped feature some 20 miles south of Walker's Cay, exactly where it should be. The site comes into view, and truly immense it is, perhaps 50 times larger than the Bimini Road. If this were to prove to be the remains of some man-made structure, what could it possibly have been? With 5 days scheduled to investigate both sites, Zink makes the decision to locate and dive the larger one the following morning.
I'm very excited about our present objectives, and I say that in a plural sense because the target that we'll probably first look at is more dramatic than anything that I've seen in the Bahamas. Overall, the meaning of these two possibilities may be that we have a very large complex here. It may be that we have something that will, in effect, reinforce Bimini. At any rate, these are megalithic-size structures.
The 2-hour voyage to the site seems much longer through the choppy seas. This veteran of the Bimini Road is on the hunt again, and his eagerness is infectious. First in the water and always the last out, Dr. Zink insists on being towed over the search area, despite the worsening conditions. The roughening seas make towing arduous and difficult, and the increasing wave action severely diminishes the underwater visibility, lowering the odds of finding the target. As the weather continues to deteriorate, Zink, though reluctant, is forced to leave the water. One can only speculate on the thoughts that are going through his mind as the crew is forced to run for the shelter of Walker's Cay. A deep, low-pressure system establishes itself across the Bahama Bank. The expedition is stalled in Walker's for 3 full days.
The site that we're going to tomorrow is, first of all, in the original aerial photo from the Defense Mapping Agency, it was about 510 feet by 380 feet on a right angle. It apparently is a masonry wall. Of course, in the Bahamas, the sand shifts and sand levels change.
With time running out, all efforts are concentrated on the original site. With data from the Defense Mapping Agency and coordinates recorded during the GPS flyovers, the course is calculated and followed. Once at the search area, the drudgery of surface towing begins in earnest. By taking only the briefest of breaks throughout the long day, the area is covered systematically in a crisscross pattern, but nothing resembling the wall is sighted. As a last resort, Dr. Zink orders the plane out from Walker's Cay. The plan being to locate the site from the air and guide the search vessel to it. After a few passes, the elusive anomaly is spotted in the center of the survey area. Zink has the boat moved quickly over the target, and almost before the anchor hits bottom, he's down the line, hopeful of a rendezvous that has been 20 years in the making. Without a doubt, the feature is unusual, almost unnatural in appearance. It is seemingly carved into the living rock and sculpted from the stones of the seafloor. But to the trained eye, it soon becomes apparent that it is geological rather than archaeological. Despite cut and broken features that are reminiscent of those to be found in the Bimini area, 140 miles to the southwest, This site does not bear witness to the intervention of man, but rather to the violent upheavals of nature. This is evidenced by fissures, cracks, and crevices that radiate out from a central point like spokes of a wheel or the filaments of a tangled web spreading out across the sea floor. Stark and sterile formations of coral surround the site, scattered and discarded like the blocks in some wild child's game. To Zink and his crew, this is no game. There is no room for despair or disappointment, only the knowledge that another lead has been followed to its ultimate end, reducing the lengthy litany of reports and rumors by just one more, and allowing the searchers a clearer way in their quest for lost Atlantis. It is by no means the hoped-for triumphant return to Walker's Cay, but neither is it a failure. For one more mystery of the Bahama Banks has once and for all been put to rest through the tenacious dedication and the unshaken belief of one man.
I believe that Atlantis did exist. As in any ocean-related endeavor, one faces the fickle nature of the elements, the constraints of time, limited funding, manpower, and equipment. There are times when one may become discouraged. It's as if there seems to be a conspiracy of forces working against you. But through it all, the passion and belief survives and is strengthened.
What Dr. Zink and others committed to this search are striving for is the tangible proof of a civilization and culture lost to the memories of modern man. The vestige of an empire older than the oldest shipwreck yet explored, or Egyptian tomb cleared of the dust of ages. Through dedication and research, the proof will come, and it will shake the very foundations of establishment thought. Dr. Zink and others will continue this work, for by decoding the ancient messages of the Atlantean age, they are convinced that we will learn more of the future and follies of our own civilization, knowing finally that our own history is but a breath upon the pane of time.